गणाधीश जो ईश सर्वांगुणाचा मुलारंभ आरंभतो निर्गुणाचा नमो शारदा मूळ चत्वार वाचा गमू पंथ आनंतया राघवाचा जय जय रघुवीर समर्थ.
नमस्कार, मी कामाक्षी बर्वे, बर्वा स्किन थेरपी कडून. आजचा आपला जो इंटरव्ह्यू असणार आहे हा अत्यंत स्पेशल आणि वेगळा असा आहे. वी विल बी टॉकिंग इन 2 डिफरंट लँग्वेजेस, मराठी अँड इंग्लिश बोथ. रिझन बिहाइंड दिस, याच्या मागचं कारण असं आहे की आपण ज्यांच्याशी आज बोलणार आहोत त्या जयश्रीताई राव या तंजावर इथून आपल्याशी बोलता आहेत. तंजावरमध्ये 350 वर्षापूर्वी आपले लोक जे जाऊन सेटल झालेले आहेत त्यांच्या पैकी जयश्रीताई या आहेत. त्यामुळे आपल्याला असा मिक्स लँग्वेजचा आधार घेणं गरजेचं पडणार आहे, कारण ही मुलाखत तिकडे पाहणारे जे लोक आहेत त्यांना पूर्ण मराठीमधली मुलाखत कदाचित कळणार नाही. That's why we are taking help of English also where it is needed. So we welcome you, Tai, on this platform of Bol Barwa.
Thank you, Kamakshi. It's a pleasure to be here today representing the Tanjore Maharashtrian community. Thank you.
So we'll start with our interview.
Sure.
A person, Sunita Raghavan, has said once, Vandare Valvaikum Bhumi. याचा अर्थ मला मराठी लोकांना सांगायला असा आवडेल की तंजावूर आणि आसपासची जी भूमी आहे ही अत्यंत समृद्ध अशी भूमी आहे. तिने आलेल्या सगळ्या लोकांना ऍक्सेप्ट करून घेतलं, आपल्यामध्ये सामावून घेतलं आणि मग ते तिथलेच झाले. मला पहिलाच प्रश्न ताई तुम्हाला विचारायला असा आवडेल की तंजावरच्या मराठी लोकांना जवळजवळ 350 वर्षांचा इतिहास आहे. इतिहासाच्या या पानांना उलटताना याबाबत आपल्याला काय सापडतं? I'll be asking the same question in English also. Tanjore Maharashtrians have been residing in Tanjore since almost 350 years.
Yes.
When we turn the pages of history, what do we find?
Yes. My pranams to all the sant in Maharashtra. My pranams to my guru, the Acharya of Kanchi, Shri Chandrasekhar Saraswati and Shri Jayendra Saraswati and Shri Vijayendra Saraswati. With pranams to all the Sadgurus, I begin my sharing the information that I have with you today. As you said rightly, Kamakshi, Tanjore has been a real beautiful place, and they have welcomed everybody with open arms. आम्हाला म्हणजे त्यांचे मनुष्य म्हणून मिळून घेतले तर, and we are all, though we are from the Maharashtrian community, they've never made us feel different. We feel one with the local population. So having said that, as you rightly say, Tanjore is such a fertile, it's on the Kaveri Delta. So it is such a fertile land and such a rich land. And being a part of this wonderful province makes us really feel proud and happy. Okay, so Tanjore initially Chola Raja heta Rajya karat hote until the 13th century. These kings were renowned for their magnificent architecture. Gangaikonda Cholapuram, Brihadishwara temple, hey, Deul Evudina Tani Bandarte. And you find 800 years later, still those magnificent temples stand today in all their intricate beauty, as you could see them 8 centuries ago. So prasiddha hai hai, most of you must have seen this. So these kings were renowned for their temples and architecture, and after them the Pandya kings ruled Tanjavur. Pandya kings नंतर विजयनगरा किंग्स आले, त्यांचे राज्य चालू होतं. त्याच्याच नंतर नायका किंग्स. हे नायका किंग्स आज राज्य चालताना काय झालं, there was a dispute between the नायका किंग्स. तेव्हा काय झालं, त्यांनी शिवाजी महाराजांना अप्रोच करले, आम्हाला हे डिस्प्यूट सॉल्व्ह करून ठेवा तुम्ही म्हणून बोलावले, त्यांना निमंत्रण दिले. सो शिवाजी महाराज, वी अंडरस्टँड, has sent his half brother Venkoji Bhonsle. त्यांना एकोजी भोंसले म्हणून पण म्हणतात. So Venkoji Bhonsle was sent to Tanjavur to solve the dispute. The dispute was solved then, and it so happened that a year later Venkoji himself ascended the throne of Tanjavur. Thus began the Tanjavur Maratha kingdom from 1674 to 1855. 117 and 79 years of the Maratha kingdom. Over 12 kings ruled during this period, and we have some many interesting and great contributions coming during this period, which I will tell you a little later. So once the actual the Tanjavur Maratha kingdom was established, more people started coming in from Maharashtra, and we are the descendants of those original settlers. And it so happens that मराठा जो म्हणजे क्षत्रिय लोक जो होते ते ग्रुपामध्ये त्यांना मराठा म्हणून म्हणतात. And we, the Brahmin community, the Tanjavur the Maharashtrian Brahmin community who came in, त्यांना we are known as the Deshastas. Broadly, there are two different sects among the Tanjavur Maharashtrian Brahmin community, which I represent today. And Tyanta Smartha asto ami, म्हणजे those who follow the teachings of Adi Shankar Bhagavad Pada. And they are called the Smartas, as I told you, and the Madhvas, who follow the teachings of Madhvacharya. So other than the basic religious belief, there is almost a similarity in everything with regard to food, dress, and habits. It is almost similar. So having said that, we will just slightly touch upon the main aspects of the community, Bhasha. भाषा तो प्रदेशांत भेद असतं, व्यत्यास असतं. So like Nagpur Marathi, Pune Marathi, Tanjore Marathi is also very unique. There are Tamil words that have found a place in Tanjore Marathi, but primarily I would say predominantly the language is still very well preserved and spoken in most homes as our ancestors used to 350 years ago. So here I would like to tell you that Ganesh Narayan Devi म्हणून आहेत. He is the Padma Shri awardee tani, the Ganesh Narayan Devi, and tani founder director of Bhasha Research and Public Center Vadodara. So he has conducted People's Linguistic Survey of India in 2010. He has documented 780 living Indian languages. And after his study, he has inferred, he says that if you today want to listen to the Marathi that was spoken in Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj's court, you will have to go to Tanjavur. Ganesh Narayan Devi says that, this Marathi is nearest to what was spoken in the 17th century in Maharashtra. So, and a couple of situations that we have faced where this has been validated. कसं आहे म्हणजे एक जेव्हा आम्ही आमच्या घरांत माझ्या घरचे मी आणि माझे दोघं लोक वी हॅड गॉन डाऊन टू नरसोबावाडी. तिथे आम्ही असताना एक वडील आजोबा आम्ही बोलाच पाहू आमचे जवळ आले. तुम्ही कोठसून आलात म्हणून विचारले. आम्ही म्हटलो आम्ही मद्रासांसून आलो, आम्ही चेन्नई वासी आम्ही. तो ही वॉज व्हेरी हॅपी. त्यांनी म्हटले हे तुम्ही हे भाषा बोलायचं मला फार आश्चर्य आहे. हे भाषा मी लहान लेकरू असताना माझे आई बाबा आणि आजोबा आजी बोलत होते. म्हणजे त्यांना 90 वर्ष. ही वॉज इझिली 90 वर्षाचे आजोबा त्यांनी. सो ही नीडेड सपोर्ट टू वॉक. सो त्यांनी तसं म्हटले. म्हणजे त्यांनी सांगितले हे तुम्ही जो बोलत आहे तर हे आता आमच्या घरांपणी आम्ही बोलत नाही. हे सिर्फ
बरोबर.
माझे वेन आय वॉज अ किड दिस लँग्वेज वॉज यूज. ह्याला आम्ही प्राचीन मराठी म्हणत होतो.
मराठी.
फार संतोष झाला तुम्ही बोलायचं ऐकू म्हणून. दॅट आजोबा वॉज सो डिलाइटेड. And there have been a couple of instances also, when we interacted with youngsters from Pune who came down to Chennai, or when we were at Pune. So they would say, Auntie, the Marathi that you speak in your house is so close to what Aji Ajoba use in our villages. In urban Maharashtra, we speak the Marathi that we do. Whereas I go to interior Konkan, where my Aji Ajoba stay, to our native homes, there they will find similarly, the same sing song, the tone and the language, everything. You remind me so much of what my Aji Ajoba used to speak. Like आम्ही आता मंदिराल तुम्ही म्हणजे त्यांनी म्हणतील आम्हाला आम्ही येतं मंदिर म्हणतो तुम्ही देऊळ म्हणतात. आम्ही लग्न मनाच्याला तुम्ही भराड म्हणतात. अँड गरसोळी येतं गरसोळी इज मंगलसूत्र. सो फॉर झाडू इज खेरसोणी हिअर. सो त्यांनी म्हणत होते तुम्ही फार आर्केक जुनं वर्ड्स यूज करतात. हे आम्ही आमच्या आजीच घरांतच ऐकलो की कोटी ऐकलत नाही आम्ही म्हणून. सो दॅट मेड अस व्हेरी हॅपी to know that we still continue to speak Marathi the way it was so many centuries ago. Having said that, this language, as you know, they call it either Prachin Marathi or now we call it Dakshini Marathi. So Dakshini Marathi, there is also a YouTube channel which promotes this, which I will tell you all about.
नमस्कार, दक्षिणी मराठी चॅनलला तुम्हाला स्वागत करतो. अहो, हे दक्षिणी मराठी म्हणाच काय आहे? ऐकाल मराठी सारखं आहे की? असं अनेक प्रश्न तुमच्या मनात आहेत आम्हाला कळतं. हे कलिंगाव म्हणजे आम्ही थोडं आमचे चरित्र कलिंगाव. 1674 वर्षांत खेम्मा वेंकोजी राजे भोसले अळगिरी नायक राजाकडसून तंजावर राज्य जिंकले की तेव्हा साम्राज्य विस्तार कराल म्हणून त्यांच्याबरोबर आलते मराठी बोलणार आम्ही तंजावरांतीनं तंजावराच्या भोंतालेच प्रांतांतीनं स्थिरवासी झालो. इकडेच राहत असताना कालांतरांत आमच्या भाषावरील संस्कृतावरील तमिळ जीवन व्यवस्थाच परिणाम होऊन गेला. पुढल्या 100 वर्षांत स्वच्छ मराठींतच तमिळ भाषा मिळून गेलं आणि तंजावर मराठी म्हणून एक नवच बोली भाषा उजून गेलं. 1855 नंतर तंजावर मराठा साम्राज्य संपून गेल्यानंतर तंजावराच्या महाराष्ट्रीय लोक अगीने नोकरी करता, वाचन शिक्षणाकरता, उद्योग असं विविध कारणामुळे तामिळनाडू, पुदुचेरी तसंच वेगळ्या ठिकाणी गेले. तसंच दक्षिण भारतांत केरळ, कर्नाटक, आंध्र प्रदेश, तेलंगणा हे राज्यांती गेले. तसं जाताना प्रत्येक ठिकाणांपणी आम्ही आमच्या भाषा घेऊनच गेलो. कालांतरांत इतर दक्षिणी भाषांचे संस्कारही त्याच्यावर झालं. तंजाऊर मराठी हे मराठी भाषाचं एक वैशिष्ट्यपूर्ण बोली आहे. हे बोलीवर तमिळ व्याकरणाचा प्रभाव अवश्य झाला आहे. झालत्रे आज 350 वर्षांच्या नंतरपणी आम्ही आमच्या मराठी पण हरपलो नाही असं फार अभिमानांत सांगतो. अते गुढीपाडवा शुभेच्छा आम्ही सांगतो. संक्रांतील तिळगुळ घ्या, गोड गोड बोला असं आम्ही सांगतो. अंबाबाईचे गोंधळे आम्ही करतो.
Then we move on to the festivals. Festivals we celebrate all the festivals that are celebrated in Maharashtra. See, though Hindu festivals are celebrated across India, there are a few exclusive Maharashtrian festivals. Just Gudi Padwala, आम्ही गुढी बांधतो, गुढी करतो, म्हणजे गुढीच्या पूजा करतो, ते आम्ही येतं करतो, आजिंग करतो. अँड त्याच्या विना चैत्र गौरी बसवणं, 1 महिना देवी आमच्या घरात बसते, तिची पूजा करतो. पुन्हा अक्षय तृतीया दिवशी तिची पूजा करून तिला माहेर परतो, तिची सासूरवाडी परतून पाठवतो. 1 महिना माहेर आली म्हणून तिच्या सेवा करतो, म्हणजे तिला नैवेद्य, खास नैवेद्य तवडीनं. सो ते पद्धती आम्ही आता फॉलो करतो. अँड तसंच हरताळका गौरी व्रत, ज्येष्ठा गौरी व्रत हे आणखी कोणी करत नाही, तर एक्सक्लुझिव्ह महाराष्ट्रीयन. सो वी स्टिल कंटिन्यू टू परफॉर्म ऑल दीज फेस्टिवल्स ऑल्सो. हळदी कुंकू असतं, ओंटी भरणं, ते सगळं चालू असतं हेतपणा. अँड ओनली थिंग इज probably we have a couple of local elements added to the existing pujas that we already do. आता शरद नवरात्री ज्याला शारदा नवरात्री म्हणतात, आता शरद नवरात्री म्हणतो, अश्विज नवरात्री. तेव्हा काय होतं, आमच्या घरी आम्ही पूजा करतो 2 वेळा. सकाळी पूर्ण आरती होतं, संध्याकाळी तुपाची आरती होतं, तुपात देवाच्या आरती. हे दिस इज द नॉर्मल पूजा. In Tamil Nadu, what you will find is that they have a very nice custom called the kolu. Probably you must have heard or seen this also. Kolu is display of dolls on steps. So 5, 7, 3 तसा odd number of steps ठेवतात, and त्याच्यावर you have dolls in clay or paper mash or marble, and generally these till now they used to represent stories, you know, आमचे इतिहास, पुराण, रामायण, महाभारत, कृष्णाचा जन्म, and you know stories related to Lord Krishna, his play, and then you know त्यांनी लोणी चोराचं तसलं लहान लहान कहाणी they used to create. And then we have stories about Devi and Ganesh and Shiva, and all these are put up on the different steps. And in addition to this, now we find we have contemporary events like, you know, the Olympics or the, you know, Independence Day parade or Republic Day parade. असलं खास अवसर that is ते पण त्याच्यात ठेवतो आम्ही. And you know, भरून घरांत you will find that they add you know going green, प्लास्टिक वापरणं नाही म्हणून असा संकल्प म्हणजे, and झाडी वाडी व्हावं म्हणून, or some message, you know, in their kolos. So these are all the contemporary twists. So असं कोलूच्या पद्धती आहेत. So ते आम्ही ह्यांच्याकडून आम्ही शिकलो. and आमच्या घरात you will find that most तंजावर मराठी homes, आमच्या घरात आम्ही गोलू ठेवतो. संध्याकाळच्या वेळेला लोकांना कोलू खायला बोलावतो, हळदी कुंकू असतं. So all these are different social customs that have been you know absorbed from the local Tamil Brahmin community. So this was the you know political and social background of you know the Tanjavur Maharashtrians. आता येऊन आम्ही आध्यात्मिक आणि religious movement पाहूया. It is known that Samarth Ramdas Swami of Sajjangarh, Tani 1671, I think, I mean towards the end of the 17th century, Tani Rameshwarach yatra karle. And Tani yatra jatana vatant he camped for a few days in Tanjavur. त्यात असताना त्यांनी प्रत्यक्ष मठ स्थापना केल्या आहेत. त्यांनी यु नो पादुका, त्यांची झोळी, अँड ते कुबुडी म्हणतात ते दंड, योगदंड. सो ते सर्व त्यांना देऊन एक मठ स्थापना केले आहे. इट इज कॉल्ड समंत कुळम म्हणून आहे त्यात. द प्रेझेंट मठाधिपती इज मुरलीधर लक्ष्मण गोस्वामी. अँड यू हॅव यु नो दिस मठ, यू हॅव पूजाज एव्हरी डे ॲज दिस मठ अँड ऑल दी अदर मठ. त्यांचे शिष्य लोक होते, यु नो गोविंद बाला, झोलेराम प्रसाद, अण्णाजी बावा म्हणून हे निस्किन त्यांचे प्रधान शिष्य होते. त्यांनी पण भरू वेगळं वेगळं मठ स्थापन करले. तिथं पूजा चालतं, दररोज पूजा चालतं. दिस इज ॲज पर द सज्जनगड संप्रदाय. सो तिथं कसं चालतं, आरती, दासबोध पारायण सर्व हे चालतं. अँड देर आर ग्रुप सेलिब्रेशन्स ऑफ ऑल दी उत्सव्स, गणेश उत्सव, अँड यु नो एस्पेशली राम नवमी उत्सव, 10 दिवसचे उत्सव असतं. अँड लॉट्स ऑफ पीपल कमिंग इन, व्हॉलंटरी ऑफरिंग व्हॉलंटरी सर्व्हिस, वाढणं, यु नो फुलं बांधणं पूजाला, लाईक दॅट. इट इज अ व्हेरी जॉयस ओकेशन at these mats. We have other mats also, you know, in the similar paddhati. And at these mats, we also have the Ramdas Navami being celebrated. It is said that when Ramdas Swami was here, there was a blind devotee in Tanjavur whom he cured with his, you know, magical powers. And it is said that this very devotee has made the bronze statues of Ram, Lakshman, Sita, and Anjaneya, which you now find in the Samadhi Mandir in Sajjangarh. So the bronze idols have gone from Tanjavur, yeah. So that is an interesting observation. And other than this, we are also told that Shivaji Maharaj has also come down to Tamil Nadu. Tani, he came down to Arni and Vellore for his conquests. And when he was there, it is said out of curiosity to ascertain, the strength of Chennai and, to find out more about Chennai himself, he entered the city incognito. And ह्याचं एक प्राचीन देऊळ आहे काळिकांबाच्या देऊळ म्हणून जॉर्ज टाउनामध्ये. सो ते देवळांत त्यांनी प्रार्थना केले. द प्रिसाइडिंग डेटी हियर इज गॉडेस काळिकांबा इज अंबा भवानी. And history records that, Shivaji Maharaj was blessed with a sword. त्यांनी केव्हा प्रार्थना केले तेव्हा देवी त्यांना एक तलवार दिली, एक sword दिली. And there is a portrait depicting this in the temple with the date 3rd October 1676 म्हणून. So this is the interesting history behind, Samarth Ramdas visit and Shivaji Maharaj's visit to Tanjavur.
Very interesting what you are telling us. जे काही तुम्ही आम्हाला सांगता आहात हे खरं तर खूप इंटरेस्टिंग आहे, कारण ह्याला जवळपास 350 वर्षांचा इतिहास आहे. मला बर्वाच्या सगळ्या लोकांना सांगायला आवडेल की ताई मधून मधून मराठी बोलायचा प्रयत्न खरंच करता आहेत, पण ज्या भाषेवरती त्यांचा होल्ड आहे ही इंग्लिश थोडी जास्त येणारच आहे बोलण्यामध्ये, कारण तुम्हाला आणि आम्हाला कदाचित ही प्राचीन मराठी समजून घेणं सुद्धा अवघड जाणार आहे, कारण रोजच्या भाषेमध्ये आपण हे आता बोलतच नाही आहोत. ताई, आय वॉन्ट टू आस्क यू अ डिफरंट क्वेश्चन. मला एक दुसरा प्रश्न तुम्हाला असा विचारावासा वाटतो आहे की यक्ष नगरी अशी ख्याती असलेला संपन्न वारसा असलेल्या तंजावरमध्ये 1674 ते 1855 म्हणजे जवळजवळ 179 वर्ष मराठी साम्राज्य होतं. मराठ्यांच्या या शासन काळात राज्यामध्ये शिल्पकला, चित्रकला, हस्तकला, गायनवादन, नाट्य, पर्यायाने सगळ्या मराठी संस्कृतीची जोपासना महाराष्ट्राच्या बाहेर कुठे झाली असेल तर ती तंजावरमध्ये असं म्हणलं जातं. या समृद्ध वारशाबद्दल तुम्ही काय सांगाल? यक्षनगरी Tanjavur had a rich Marathi heritage with the rule of Maratha Empire in the region for almost 179 years, from 1655 to 1855. During the period, art forms such as sculpture, painting, handicrafts, vocal and instrumental music, theatre flourished in Tanjavur under the Maratha rule. What would you like to tell us more about all these things?
The Tanjavur kings were great patrons of literature and arts. That is one thing that was, really their signature kind of, hallmark. And one of the most important places in Tanjavur, inside the Tanjavur Royal Palace, is the Tanjavur Maharaja Sarfoji's Saraswati Mahal Library. It is amongst the oldest in India. And Sarfoji Maharaja's name has been given to this library because he is the most prominent contributor to this library. Encyclopedia Britannica, it has been stated that this is perhaps the most remarkable library in India. It has 60 to 80,000 different, publications here, and there are very rare palm manuscripts, in so many languages: Sanskrit, Telugu, Tamil, Marathi, and the Marathi with the Modi script. So there are some very rare manuscripts here, and Sarfoji Maharaja, we are told, was a voracious reader. So he was also a very passionate collector of, manuscripts, and he sent his, Sarfoji Maharaja ruled from 1798 to 1832. And, during his reign, he sent pundits, learned pundits far and wide within India to collect manuscripts for this library. So there are very rare, not only are there rare books, we will find that, there were also palm manuscripts, as I told you. And in addition to this, he himself went to Kashi Yatra once. And on this Yatra, he has got a lot of books from the Banaras University and from Kashi. And, in Sanskrit, very rare and rich manuscripts. So that is also housed in this library. And they say that, Sarfoji Maharaj त्यात लिवलं आहेत. Manje, he has written his name and he has recorded, that it was his personal copy. And in addition to this, notes आहेत त्यात, tippani, lots of notes about his personal notes to tell you that he has gone through those books and made those recordings. So to tell you what a voracious reader he was. So that he was actually a very educated king. German missionary Christian Schwarzmann hote. So he was the person who educated Sarfoji Maharaja. We are talking of Sarfoji II, okay? I don't know if I mentioned this, Sarfoji II. So he educated him. He was not only very proficient in Indian languages like Tamil, Telugu, Marathi, Hindi and Sanskrit. He was also proficient in a lot of foreign languages like Greek, Latin, and Dutch, German, and Danish. So because of his proficiency and his thirst for language, he also focused a lot on education in the province. And we are told that he had Navavidya Kalanidhi Shala, where youngsters, they were taught our old traditional shastras like Vedas and Shastras Shikvat hote. Tejavina, he also taught the children languages, literature, science, art and crafts to make it a very wholesome educative system. So this was called the Navavidya Kalanidhi Shala. And then he also had the Dhanvantri Mahal. And it was a research institution which produced herbal medicines for humans and animals. He did not stop with preparing these medicines and treating the patients. He has recorded the treatment that was given to these patients, and he has not recorded it just like that. He has recorded it as poems. He made the artists in the court, he made them write it into poems, and these were compiled and bound into a volume which was called the Sharabhendra Vaidya Muraigal. Vaidya is medicine, Muraigal is treatment, different treatments, the procedures. So it says the procedures which were used to treat the different medicines, different ailments. And this has been compiled, and this finds a pride of place in the Sarfoji Mahal Library today. Another important contribution is the Sarabhendu Pak Shastra. Sarfoji Maharaja, we are told, was a great foodie. He loved good food. And Tyancha kitchen, it was divided into 3 different sections. Ek hota vegetarian kitchen, एक non-vegetarian kitchen, and the तीसरा kitchen was called by Sarabhendu as Angrezi kitchen. So while he had vegetarian and non-vegetarian recipes, he also had continental and European food prepared here. And Sharabhendru Pakshastra, the book, contains recipes and food traditions of the palace in all these 3 different disciplines.
Oh.
So and he was a great cook himself, mind you. We are told that many items that you find in the book were personal creations of Sarfoji II. So that is a great achievement, a contribution of Sarfoji Maharaja. And then what else? Well, the architecture of that period, architecture manje, it was very high Islamic. They walls with those typical Islamic type of architecture hota. The walls were richly decorated with colorful tanjore paintings and earthen, those hand vegetable dyes. And you will find that there was a zoological garden within the palace. There was a printing press in Devanagari inside the palace. So he was, his thirst for language and new inventions. He encouraged people to come up with so many different inventions, and all these you can find in the palace even today, the Sarfoji Mahal Library, Sarfoji Maharaj Saraswati Mahal Library. So that is a must visit when anyone comes to Tanjavur next. And one other great contribution of the Tanjavur Maratha rulers was to Carnatic music. Though Carnatic music was present, in the Delta area, even when the kings came down, we are told that many of the kings Maratha kings who ruled there were all great composers themselves. So Ekoji or Venkoji, then Tuljaji, Shahaji, and of course Sarboji. So they were all very great composers themselves. They composed in Sanskrit and Tamil also. And recently we had the birth anniversary of Sarfoji Maharaj celebrated in 24th September in the Saraswati Mahal Library in the palace. And at that time, you find so many artists from across the globe, they were presented recitals to his compositions on this day. So one, that is the biggest contribution, just like, the Tanjavur, the Chola kings, enriched Tanjavur with their architectural, temples and buildings. The Maratha rulers were the greatest contributors to music and dance. Till Sarfoji's time, we found that Devdasis danced in the temples. तेतच होतं त्यांचे नृत्य म्हणजे it was restricted to the temples. It is said that only during the Maratha rulers' reign, especially during Sarfoji's reign, dancers were brought to the court, royal court. Courtant येऊन dance सुरू झालं, and this particular form of dance was called the Sadir. That was the name, Sadir म्हणून म्हणत होते त्याला. Sadir. And thought this how it evolves, how every art evolves over a period of time. So hey, evolve we have what we call the Bharatanatyam today. That was the forerunner of the Bharatanatyam. And it is such a beautiful dance form and, so many magnificent compositions by these kings that we have the dance in all its splendor today. It is said that, the trinity of Carnatic music, most of you must have heard of them. Saint Tyagaraja, त्यांनी रामाच्या भक्त होते, त्यांनी रामावर भरू compositions केले आहेत. त्याचे विडा मुथुस्वामी दीक्षितर. He is also a very learned composer who gave a lot of kritis on Advaita and philosophy, and he was a Devi Upasaka, so a lot of Devi kritis. And then we have Shyama Shastri. So these three composers composed in Telugu and Sanskrit. And it is said that it was nourished and brought to public, by Sarfoji Raja. He patronized the music so much that he popularized it, and it is more for his efforts that more people got to know about it. And dance also. There were four brothers. They were called the Tanjavur Quartet. The amazing fact is that all this took place during Sarboji's time. The trinity of Carnatic music, they are the greatest composers of Carnatic music. And you will find that they were in Sarboji's time, and also the Tanjavur Quartet, the dance compositions karaltani. They were Chinnaya, Ponnaya, Shivanandam, and Vadivelu म्हणून चार brothers. And Hey Bhaunda, they were prasiddha hote, and they were very fluent and specialists in Carnatic music also, because you need Carnatic music for the presentations of dance. And it is said that Vadivelu among them, Tanich Phaila, he introduced a violin. Violin Teja Paryanta, it was only a Western classical instrument. The Carnatic music anta introduced karalta Vadivelu म्हणून म्हणतात. He was a शिष्य of Muthuswami Dikshitar, त्यांनी भरून कृतीस त्यांच्याकडून शिकून घेतले म्हणतात. And they enriched the repertoire of Carnatic music and dance compositions with their compositions. And Sarboji himself has many Kuruvanjis. Kuruvanjis are dance dramas on folklore and even itihasas and Puranas. And these Kuruvanjis are still performed by many dancers across the world. As I told you, they offer it as a samarpan during Sarfoji's birthday and other events. Due to the patronage of these kings, we are told composers from Karnataka, Kerala and Andhra, the neighboring states, they also flocked to Tanjavur because they found such great patrons of art here, and that is how Tanjavur became such a hotbed of such great compositions and so many musicians.
या ताईंच्या माहितीमध्ये आपल्याला एक नाव सतत येताना दिसतं ते म्हणजे सरफोजी महाराजांचं. मला वाटतं या सरफोजी महाराजांचे आपल्यावरती एवढे प्रचंड उपकार आहेत मोठे की त्यांनी सरस्वती महाल लायब्ररीमध्ये जी काही मॅन्युस्क्रिप्ट म्हणजे हाताने लिहिलेली हस्तलिखित ज्याला म्हणलं जातं, ती हस्तलिखित जी काही सांभाळून ठेवलेली आहेत, या हस्तलिखितांमधून कित्येक जुन्या गोष्टी आपल्याला समजू शकतात ज्या या पिढीला मार्गदर्शक अशा ठरलेल्या आहेत. सरस्वती महाल लायब्ररीमध्ये कित्येक परदेशी अभ्यासक हे नेहमी येतात आणि ह्या हस्तलिखितांचा अभ्यास केला जातो तिथे. त्यामुळे सरफोजी महाराजांना माझा खरंच मनपूर्वक नमस्कार आहे की त्यांनी आमच्यासाठी हा वारसा सोडलेला आहे जो आम्हाला आज कुठे ना कुठेतरी तंजावर महाराष्ट्रीयन लोकांशी पुन्हा एकदा जोडण्याचा प्रयत्न करतो आहे. ताई, मला तुम्हाला असं विचारावंसं वाटेल की मराठी बोलणारे महाराष्ट्रीयन जे तंजावरमध्ये 300 वर्षापूर्वी येऊन राहिले, त्यांच्याबद्दल थोडं विस्ताराने मला असं विचारायला आवडेल की जसं तुम्ही म्हणालात की मराठाज आर कॉल्ड एज क्षत्रिय आणि ते राज्यकर्ते म्हणून आले. मग महाराष्ट्रीयन्स किंवा इतर समाजातले लोक जे आले होते हे कोणत्या प्रकारचं काम त्यांनी तिथे ऍक्सेप्ट केलं अशा पद्धतीने. Can you tell us a bit more about the Tanjavur Maharashtrian people who have been settled in Tanjavur since 350 years? What areas they took as their working areas, like Marathas who are called as Kshatriyas, and they took up ruling as their work area. What the other people have started working areas differently?
Renowned Tanjavur Maharashtrian Padma Bhushan N. Vittal, he was a chief vigilance commissioner of India, and त्यांनी एक पुस्तक लिहिले आहेत Maharashtrians in Tamil Nadu म्हणून. In this, Shri Vittalji says he's a forerunner and a torchbearer of the Tanjavur Maharashtrian community. So he is one of the greatest Tanjavur Maharashtrians we have had. And Tani, what he has done is in his book, he says the Maharashtrians were sought after for their high intelligence and integrity. So Diwan hote Tani, Travancore Diwan T. Madhav Rao Manona, ekdam prasiddha Diwan hote. So there were also Diwans in lesser, in Mysore and Anand Rao Manon Tancha Lonka. He was the Diwan of Mysore. So Tasa, they had very key positions in the, governance of states. We are also told that he went and tutored the Prince of Baroda. So, and Baroda, even today, the Gujarat government uses the books written by Madhav Rao ji for their governance. They are so relevant even today. So असं त्यांच्या contribution आहे. म्हणजे त्याच्या विना, if you go to the other, normal day-to-day careers that people have chosen, see, we had Indira, there was this Rao Sahib, Krishnaswamy Rao Sahib, who was worked in the ministry for both Morarji Desai and Indira Gandhi. So तसं प्रसिद्ध diplomats ते मारी बरो आहेत. We are told that they also held very high positions in the railways and banks during even the British Raj. We are told in this book that they were so educated and so intelligent and honest that the British government thought it befitting to reward these people with jobs and high, positions in the governance. Having said that, we have, Kshatriyas manje, one thing we have found is we have many tailors who come from this community. Shimpi Mantona, Tani, we have a lot of tailors who belong to this community, the Maratha community. And Tejavina, in all the other, fields also we can find, they have now moved over to IT jobs, the present generation, as is with
That's
all
true.
other communities. So there is nothing special to mention. Of course, you have Carnatic musicians, musicians and instrumentalists. That the Music Academy in Chennai is a very prestigious institution which holds concerts in December every year and promotes Carnatic music. So the president of the Music Academy has once openly announced that it was thanks to Tanjavur Maharashtrians that the Music Academy itself came about. They were instrumental in founding the, promoting the academy as early as 100 years ago. So their contribution to Carnatic music is immense. You have concerts. Even today, you have lots of musicians, both in instrumental and vocal.
म्हणजे जे आपण मगाचपासून बोलतो आहे की शिल्पकला असेल, चित्रकला असेल, हस्तकला असेल, गायन वादन असेल, ही सगळी क्षेत्र जी आहेत जिथे महाराष्ट्रीयन लोक पूर्वीपासून वावरत होते, जेव्हा ते महाराष्ट्रामध्ये होते, त्यांच्या बरोबर ते सगळं जेव्हा तंजावरला घेऊन गेले तेव्हा त्या त्या क्षेत्रामध्ये त्यांनी आपलं नाव अत्यंत उत्तमरित्या कमावलेलं आपल्याला दिसतं आहे. जसं बुद्धीच्या क्षेत्रामध्ये देखील लोक पुढे आहेत असं तुम्ही म्हणालात. मला जरूर आपल्या सगळ्या लोकांना सांगायला आवडेल की पूर्वीची जी छोटी छोटी राज्य होती, म्हणजे जसं तंजावरचं राज्य असेल, त्रावणकोरचं जे स्टेट्स जे राज्य होते, म्हणजे आपल्याकडे अगदी सांगली असेल, सांगली सुद्धा एक राज्य मानलं जायचं छोटं. तर याचे जे महाराजा होते त्यांचे जे दिवाण असायचे, त्यांचा सगळा कारभार बघणारे जे लोक असायचे, हे मुख्यतः सगळे हुशार मंडळी ज्यांनी आपल्या बुद्धीच्या जोरावर आपल्या जागा कमावलेल्या होत्या. ताई, मला तुम्हाला असं विचारायला आवडेल की या मराठी बोलणाऱ्या 2 लाखांपेक्षा कमी लोकांनी इथल्या संस्कृतीशी स्वतःला कसं जोडून घेतलं आहे हे ऐकायला आम्हाला आवडेल. हाऊ द तंजावूर महाराष्ट्रियन्स population, which is less than 2 lakhs now, blended in with the local culture of Tanjavur or local culture of Tamil Sanskriti, basically.
Okay. Again, I would like to go to Vithalji. त्यांनी म्हणतात त्यांच्या पुस्तकांत की the Maharashtrians, they have blended with Tanjavur like sugar and milk म्हणून म्हणतात. I mean, a seamless blending. We have completely wholeheartedly accepted Tanjavur and all that it offers. We have, of course, retained our original identity with reference to language, food, and traditions, while we have adopted a few local elements into our culture. At first, you can easily mistake the Tanjavur Maharashtrian for a Tamilian. Looking at them, you will not say that here goes a, Maharashtrian. You will say here goes a Tamilian. We are as similar to them. We speak such fluent Tamil and with the local accent that many do not believe it when we tell them we speak Marathi at home. Okay, and one thing is there are so many professors, authors, and poets who compose in Tamil. So Tauda Panditya ahe tancha ki on par with the local Tamils, they have authored many books and prasiddha aheta, and they are so recognized. And the Tanjavur Tamil Brahmin community, I assure you, when I have visited a couple of forums when they have openly acknowledged that tetu yeu heta yeun tanche bhasha bhed asalt raina tani he bhasha tauda bhed sikun tauda Vesha, they are, expressing themselves in it and going to such great heights. So that is one thing. Ami, we have accepted their festivals. We do not, we have not given up on any of our festivals. A few local festivals we have brought into our system, like the Varamahalakshmi Puja, Shravan Mahinant येतं हे सण. श्रावण महिना शुक्रवारी करतो आम्ही. पौर्णिमा याच पुढलं शुक्रवारी, श्रावण पौर्णिमाच पुढलं शुक्रवारी वरलक्ष्मी सण येतं करतात. So that is like we do for Lakshmi on Deepavali day. हे पूजन काय विशेष म्हणजे it is kalash basyuna, it's a huge puja and lot of swasnis are invited for haldi kunku. So this is one puja that compulsorily most Tanjavur Maharashtrians follow. Tejavina, see what happens is the Tanjavur Maharashtrians we follow the Maharashtrian calendar, which is the lunar calendar. Ek main difference between the Tanjavur Maharashtrians and the Tamil Brahmin here is that they follow the solar character, Sauramana Paddhati Mantata. So we are told that, Andhra, Karnataka, Maharashtra, we all follow the lunar calendar, whereas Assam, West Bengal, Kerala, and, Tamil Nadu, they follow the solar calendar. So the festivals that they celebrate exclusively will fall into this calendar. Tasa Phayal Gelatra, there is the Puratashi Shanivar म्हणून एक करतात. Puratasi is Bhadrapad. So during the month of Bhadrapad, they offer prayers and pujas to Lord Venkatramana or Tirupati Balaji. ह्याला तंबिटाच दिवा लावतो. तंपिटाच दिवा म्हणजे तांदूळ धुवून घेऊन ते पीठ करू, त्याच्याबरोबर गूळ या साखर मिळवतो, मिळून ते दिवासारखं शेप करतो. 2 दिवा करून त्या तूप वाती घालू the lamps are offered to Lord Venkatramana, and in addition to this, special nevedyas like urad dal vada and tilach bhat, kheer, every as per the Tamil Brahmin custom. So this festival has come into our calendar. Likewise for Kartikeya or Arunachaleshwara, during the month of Kartik, we have what is called as the Arunachala Deepam, Tiruvannamalai Deepam. So for this, we have earthen lamps. Like for Deepavali, we light dozens of earthen lamps, and with oil and wick we light it, and we use it to decorate the interiors and exteriors of the house. So each house is illuminated, and it's such a pleasant sight, watching streets full of earthen lamps. And just like it is the Deepavali in the north, this festival in the south is followed by the Tanjavur Maharashtrians as well. So then, of course, other than festivals, the major adaptation is the cuisine. How can we leave that out? So Jevan, Khadya, you will find that the Tanjavur Maharashtrians, as I told you, because being the granary of South India, we have also become rice eaters, total rice eaters now. So a regular meal is sambar and rasam. Yeah. So rasam, without rasam, there is no meal in South India, and that applies to us also. So it could be limbucha sar, it could be chinchat sar with tomato, or it could be plain jire mere sar without, the type of rasam could vary, but you should, it is a must serve at every meal here in the Tanjavur Maharashtrian household. We find that, tamarind consumption is very heavy in this region, unlike in Maharashtra. Here tamarind is so heavily used across all the recipes, so much so that the Maharashtrian recipes now have a Tanjavur twist, like poha. So chinch poha karto ami ata. One favorite here is the chinch poha. Instead of the aloo kanda poha, chinch poha is very preferred here, and we use it for Ram Navami वगैरह ते पूजा सर्वालीन ते नैवेद्य पण करतो आम्ही. So chinch poha, chinch bhat, And
चिंच
झुणका or पिठलं. पिठलं म्हणजे महाराष्ट्रांत you say म्हणजे with besan and curd you call it पिठलं. Whereas here the same, here pitla is different. I will tell you about it a little later. Here we call it junka, and we make it with imli, that is chinchach pani and besan blended together with, Olumirsinga suits dahi. For this we use sukha mirch, vallata mirchinga use karo. It's a different recipe which we have created with, imli. So that is an adaptation, local adaptation of a Maharashtrian
Perfect.
recipe. So,
Perfect.
and Tanjavur is very renowned for native vegetables. So being the Kaveri Delta, you don't have to, I don't have to tell you what a lot of vegetables, especially native vegetables, like Gavari Shenga, Vangi, Kela, Kache Kela, you get varieties of all these banana stem, banana flowers. They are so, rich in this area, the growth of these vegetables. So it so happens that our recipes are centered around this rich variety of vegetables that we get in this area. So Golyacha ras is a very famous recipe of ours. Golyacha ras म्हणजे एक फणस, कच्चे फणस या कच्चे केळं त्यांना शिजवून मॅश करून त्याच्याबरोबर बेसन मिळून इट्स लाईक कोफ्ताज गोळ्या करून त्यांना तळू घेऊन ऑफकोर्स इमली बिकॉज इट्स तंजावूर इट इज इमली अगेन. सो चिंचा
इकडे मला वाटतं गोळ्याचा सांबार नावाचा एक प्रकार करतात महाराष्ट्रामध्ये.
ओके
पण त्याच्यामध्ये फणस आणि हे नसतो,
ओके
पिठ वापरली जातात. बहुधा तुम्ही सांगताय ते
हे
which
तर
is
ते
very
मिळतं
similar.
करता, हे तर ते
हा.
फणस आणि केळं भरून मिळतं करता,
बरोबर
हे तर ते
बरोबर.
घालून ते गोळ्याचा रस करतात. दॅट इज अ व्हेरी फेमस delicacy here. And of course, as I told you, the banana flowers, the stems, पाला फार बेश मिळतं हे एरियांत. म्हणजे greens, so many different varieties of greens.
पालेभाज्या.
Palebhaja, you wouldn't even have heard of these pales. Such different varieties of pale which lend themselves so well to ambad bhaji, which we prepare here along with tur dal and chinch, and also sapak pitla. So which is also prepared with pala or bhaji. So these are all dishes that the Tanjavur Maharashtrians prepare here. And because of the Andhra and Karnataka influence, amcha neighbors, a vast range of chutneys and rasas and gojjus, they are also part of our palate. Tiffin varieties in Tanjavur, it's awesome. Like, the best that they offer is, of course, idlis and dosas. And idli and dosa, in addition to tambar, we also have a special dish prepared here called the tikkat meat. Idli molga podi, they say. They call it gunpowder. Molga podi. Ha, molga podi, gunpowder mantat tala.
Yeah, now you get it in Pune also. If you go to Wadeshwar, that is their forte, molga podi idli.
ओके ओके. सो ते झालं म्हणजे त्याला भरून तिळाच तेल मिळवून कालवून त्याच्या बरोबर इडली खायचं. सो these rare delicacies that they make, we really love them. Then the pickles, हे तर तंजावुरांत you will find there are some real rare vegetable varieties that we get that the Tanjavur Brahmins use, like we call them phutta or midi amba. एकदम लहान लहान आंबा असतं, just 1 centimeters. So it is a very healthy pickle, like, there is zero oil in it. Just we apply a little castor oil to it and allow it to dry for a few minutes in the shade. And then we just add salt, chili powder and rye powder, moharach powder. So हे तिन्ही मिळवून मोहरीच पावडर मिळवून ठेवलं तर एक 3-4 दिवस जस्ट ढवळून देत असतो. सो पाणी सुटतं ते. तेवढंच झालं, लोणचं झालं ते. And it is stored in bottles, or jadis. And it goes very well with curd rice. And I'm told it's very healthy, ते बैल ते तुरवट असतं ते. It is astringent, which is not found in many vegetables. So it is very healthy and, recommended for the health also. त्याच्या विना there is a small variety of chili. So मोर मोळगा म्हणतात, दही मिरशिंगा, काचराच मिरशिंगा. So So Kachraj Mirsinga, you will find the long variety everywhere across India. But these tiny, Tanjavur Mormolga jo mantat, that is almost like capsicums. They are shaped like capsicums, very tiny 1 centimeter pieces. त्यांचे स्टॉक कातरून घेतो, ते स्लिट करून दही मध्ये भिजवतो. दही 2-3 दिवस भिजवून ते बेश वन्स इट इज ब्लँच्ड त्याला मेथा उडीदाच्या भिजवून घालून ते पेस्ट करतो. ते त्याचबरोबर मिळून वाळवतो उन्हांत. So उन्हांत वाळवलं about 4-5 days minimum to 1 week. वाळवून ते हलकं होऊन जातं, बेश वाळून जातं. Then we take it and store it, and just a handful of these chilies are fried whenever we need them. We are deep fried in oil. That is an accompaniment.
ही मुलाखत बघणारे जे कोणी आहे त्यांना फोडणीची मिरची किंवा भरलेली मिरची जर कुणाला माहित असेल तर ताई जी रेसिपी सांगता आहेत, दिस इज व्हेरी सिमिलर टू आपली भरलेली मिरची.
ओके.
आता बहुधा इकडे महाराष्ट्रामध्ये कोणी घरी बनवत नाहीत, बट इन कोंकण रिजन लॉट ऑफ पीपल मेक इट स्टिल ॲट होम. But nowadays we just go and buy the packets from store.
That's true. Yeah, that is true.
But it is very, very common in Maharashtrian Brahmins also. They love this bharleli mirchi.
So this is especially this mirchi goes well with ambad bhaji. I will come to ambad bhaji a little later. So now discussing the sweets of this region, of course, ladu, gunja ladu, which is flavored with the lavang and small sugar candy is used in binding it. And the jangris. Jangris are of course urad dal soaked and ground into a batter, and they are shaped like jalebis. There's an exquisite pattern that you would have seen in the Tanjavur jangris, and this is unique to this region. And the Ashoka halwa. Ashoka halwa is nothing but moong dal halwa. You will wonder, how different it is from the North Indian moong dal halwa. This moong dal halwa, the moong dal is slightly roasted and it is cooked and blended into a paste. Along with this paste, you will add a little roasted wheat flour, sugar, of course, a little khoa, and lots of ghee. So blend it into a halwa, and it's absolutely delicious. There are shops in Tanjavur which have been selling this for generations, 4-5 generations now, more than 150 years old. And nobody who comes to Tanjavur will go back without a few packets of this Ashoka halwa. Tauda prasiddha hai and tauda ruch asta, manje it is delicious. So these are the sweets that are exclusive to this region. And for the snacks, chaklis. Ami chakli, Maharashtracha chakli, we make it with besan and rice flour. Hetala chaklis are made with rice flour and roasted urad flour, and they are handmade. They are not machine made. Hati gundalum phiriun, they make it into chaklis, and they are deep fried in coconut oil for that special flavor. Tasach pan seede manu anki ek snack hai. This they just add along with the recipe ingredients I've just mentioned. They add a little fresh coconut, and they hata wate chempun karevtate. Manjan chempu you make it into, mold it into seeds. They are called just 1 centimeter or half centimeter small, tiny balls. Hela punain talung hetlatra again, in khorach tel, kurkure asta, and it is a delicious snack. So you will see that we enjoy the best cuisines. We enjoy our puran polis and our chamkora vadas and everything. And we also get a lot of goodies from the Tanjavur Brahmin community, which are part and parcel of our cuisine now.
इतकं छान सांगताय तुम्ही की ऐकत बसावं असं वाटतं आहे की किती वेगवेगळ्या प्रकारचे महाराष्ट्रीयन लोकांनी इथून घेऊन जाताना स्वतःची जी काही कल्चर ठेवलेलं होतं, विच व्हॉट दे हॅव केप्ट, दे हॅव टेकन विथ देम अँड नाव ब्लेंडेड विथ तमिलियन संस्कृती. नमस्कार मंडळी, आजचा जो एपिसोड आपण पाहतो आहोत हा 350 वर्षापूर्वी तंजावूरला जाऊन स्थायिक झालेल्या मराठी माणसांच्या बद्दलचा आहे. विषय खूप मोठा असल्यामुळे एका एपिसोडमध्ये आम्हाला हा बसवणं शक्य झालेलं नाही आहे. तेव्हा पुढच्या शनिवारी बोल बर्वाच्या येणाऱ्या आठवड्याच्या भागामध्ये पुन्हा एकदा भेटूया. जय श्री तैराव, तंजावूर, चेन्नई इथून.